as I was saying,
Are you sure?
uh, Bill's sister Mary came down by the exchange where I worked after she had seen her brother, Bill, and he had sent a message by her to tell me that he was working in a furniture store in Springfield, and that when I got ready to buy my furniture to come up and buy it from him. So little by little we began seeing each other, and so at Christmas time I went up to my Aunt Jewel's husband's funeral, and I saw Bill that weekend, and I just decided I'd see if I could find work, and I found work to sell at J.C. Penney's, and then Three Sisters ladies ready to wear. I applied for the job and they hired me.
In Springfield,
In
Missouri.
Springfield, Missouri.
Not Missouri, Lorine. Say it right.
And so that Christmas weekend, that Christmas month, we got married after work one evening, 22nd of December in 1939. And we went to a Church of Christ minister's house, and
About midnight it was.
no, it wasn't midnight. It was,
His wife's in bed anyway.
she was ill. And so she was the witness to our marriage, and one of my friends, Marceline Bacon, was with us. And so without any
So
fanfare.
you're saying the same Christmas that he told you to come up to buy your furniture, you got married?
No, it was that summer he had said the word. No, it had been 6 months or so since he'd come
Yeah,
back.
she just followed me up to Springfield. And the preacher took us in his bedroom. His wife lay there in bed.
So you were married in the preacher's bedroom?
And then we was kind of sneaky about it. We slipped off and didn't want anybody to know about it. But somehow it got in the paper. And it got down to Sholton. I think Van Wiley saw it and told Lula about it. That's
Why
her mother.
didn't you want anyone to know?
Oh, just kids like.
Well, you were 27 years old.
Yeah, but anyway, first place,
We stayed at Aunt Jewel's house. She went down for a vacation to be with her mother and father, and so she had told me, well, we could stay at her house while she was gone. So we stayed there a couple of weeks, and then we found us a place to live.
And we went down to Lula's and Ross's, about the first place we went.
That Sunday, yeah, we went down.
And walked in the house. Miss Wiley met me and says, Bill, says, are you my son-in-law? Of course, I had to admit it.
You
But
didn't know she knew, huh?
Yes,
didn't.
we did.
Well, Van saw it in the paper. They
Well,
published
I
it.
called down there.
Oh, you gave it away, huh? I didn't know you
You're
did it.
learning things on each other, huh?
Sneaky. Just now finding it out after
You've
40
just
years.
forgotten.
Okay, but Lula accepted me. Good old gal. I had a good mother-in-law.
What about your father-in-law?
Well, I wasn't around him as much as I was her. Lula lived in her units down there, and we really liked her. Of course, I'd known her ever since I was big enough to know.
All right.
And
Anything
then-
else?
After we were married, we decided I went to work for the bus company, got a promotion. Then we decided we wanted to go to the farm, and we went to the farm.
But I want to tell you this. Betty Lou was born in April 27th of 41, and we lived with Aunt Jewel in her house. And when she was about 8 months old, on December the 7th, all these messages came across on the radio that Pearl Harbor had been bombed and by the Japanese, and I did not even know where Pearl Harbor was. And then finally they began saying Hawaii. Well, I'd heard of Hawaii, but never Pearl Harbor. So I could remember very much that day. Okay. Can you shut it off? I'm about to cough.
Then we went I got unhappy with my job of selling bus tickets. That we moved to the farm, and from that farm to Purdy, and then to Dad's farm. Finally, we bought it, raised you all you kids, all born there.
On the old
Except
Hancock
Betty.
farm.
Well, Leland was born up at Purdy on a farm. Then we raised chickens, and we raised turkeys, and we milked cows. We tried to survive, and did.
For
And
18 years on that farm.
Then we came to California, sold the farm. I was 50 years old. I had my 50th birthday in Missouri. And incidentally, I was born on the same piece of ground that I lived at that time. I guess in and out, I don't guess. In and out, I spent 50 years on that little plot of ground. And
In
then we
Stone
left.
County of Missouri,
I had my
southwest Missouri.
50th birthday and then moved to California and never regretted it. California's really been good to me. Went to work for the school board and I landed here. Stayed with them till I retired. They liked me so well that they turned me out to grass and pensioned me. And today I go fishing with their money. A few other little incomes besides. It's sure a good life. What do you think, Lorine?
Yes, it's better than we thought we'd ever have.
Not a care, a worry. Went fishing yesterday, and Lorine fishermen have the reputation of stretching the truth about what they catch. You saw them yesterday, and you cleaned them. Was it a good catch?
Yes, I thought it was a good catch. He brought home 15 nice bass. And I helped him clean them and wash them and put them in the big dish pan, put them in the refrigerator for now.
And then after I retired, we moved to Cayucas, 200 miles south of San Francisco, 200 miles north of Los Angeles. And this is it.
Bill thinks this is the best place.
This is Eureka. Do you know what Eureka means, Lorine? It's a Greek word, and it means I have found it. And I have really found this place. I have no desire to move any further. Now, you talk a while.
Well, Dad, tomorrow your brother, Uncle Jess, is going to be buried. Maybe this would be a good time to say a few words about his life.
Now, that he'll be buried February the 7th, 1982 at Mars Hill. His wife, Dina, of over 50 years, died last September. They were about 6 months apart, I guess. And they were, in our family, there were 6 children, 4 boys and 2 girls. My 3 brothers have already passed on, and so I'll be the next one for next boy for sure. But one thing I am glad about, Jess got to come out here. He was there in this house where we're filming this tonight. And we went down to the ocean. We intended to go fishing, but we had a storm on the ocean. We didn't get to go. But Jess did get down and see the ocean. He got to see where we lived, and we tried to make his visit as pleasurable as possible. And the weather outside of the storms on the ocean was real nice, and I think they enjoyed it.
Yes, Vino had recovered from a stroke, and they were so happy that she was able to travel again. And they seemed to enjoy their trip. They'd come by to see Harold in Tucson and had visited with Charles and his family down at Camp Pendleton, where they were in the Marines. His family were all living there. Then they came up on the bus to see us, and we enjoyed their visit so much.